For years, it seemed nothing could stop Iran and the Shah getting richer on the proceeds of their oil and gas. But in the last 3 weeks, the oil workers with their strike have shown it is they who ultimately decide whether the oil will flow. The strike cut crude oil production to less than a third, and even today, when the strike is supposed to be all but over, the plants are only at half their usual output. The strike was aimed against the Shah, and as well as financial benefits, the workers demanded political freedom and an end to martial law. The workers were intimidated by their own militants and threatened by the military. On one occasion at Abadan, they tried to sit in the refinery all night and were evicted by soldiers with fixed bayonets. 10 workers were treated in hospital for flesh wounds. Protests against the Shah, his alleged corruption and his links with the West have been violent in many oil towns. After prayers in their mosques, demonstrators have rampaged through streets, burning banks and smashing liquor shops. The oil refinery at Abadan is the largest in the world and employs 6,500 workers. Hundreds of Americans and Europeans are employed in the Iranian oil fields, and some of the strikers' anger against the Shah and the West has been directed at them and their homes. The Americans and the British here say that whenever President Carter or Dr. David Owen utter statements of support for the Shah, then the oil workers take their revenge on the expatriates here, with an upsurge of threats and abuse. Only on Monday, a very senior American oil executive was firebombed on his way to work. The result of all this is that many expatriates are now sending their wives and families back to their countries of origin. Although more money and a promise to consider the workers' political grievances seems to be returning work to normal, the workers now know that they have the power to make the Shah and his military government jump, and they may well be tempted to use strike action again to try to bring the Shah's rule to an end. Geoffrey, News at 10 in Iran.